Why the most powerful people stay silent. The strongest person in the room isn't the one talking the most. It's the one who says the least, but controls everything. Ever notice how the loudest people always seem the most desperate? They argue. They over-explain. They try so hard to prove themselves. But the ones who stay quiet, composed, and detached, they don't need to prove anything. And that's exactly why they have all the power. A simple power shift. Imagine two men negotiating a deal. One is emotional, talking too much, defending himself, reacting to every little thing. The other, silent, still, just watching. And when he finally speaks, he says just a few words, but they shift the entire conversation in his favor. Today, I'll show you why emotionally detached people are the most powerful, and how you can become one. Why detachment equals power. Look back at history. The most powerful figures, the ones who commanded respect, controlled empires, and shaped the world, had one thing in common: they mastered emotional detachment. The Stoic emperor's secret, Marcus Aurelius, ruled during one of the most chaotic times in history: plagues, wars, betrayals. But he never lost control. He never reacted emotionally. He knew that once you let emotions dictate your actions, you've already lost. Now, look at the modern world. The people who dominate social interactions, who command attention without even trying, are the ones who don't react. They observe, they calculate, and when they finally speak, every word holds weight. A harsh truth. If you let your emotions control you, you give your power away. But if you master detachment, you become untouchable. In this video, I'll teach you 6 psychological tactics to control any interaction using silence, composure, and body language. 1. The power of silence. Why saying less makes you more powerful. Most people are terrified of silence. They feel the urge to fill every quiet moment with words, rambling, over-explaining, justifying themselves. But here's the secret. Silence is a power move. The person who embraces it controls the room. Think about the most dominant figures in history. They never wasted words. They didn't need to. Their presence alone commanded attention. And when they did speak, every word landed like a hammer. How one word won a war. During World War II, Winston Churchill sat in a high-stakes negotiation. His opponents talked endlessly, trying to pressure him, throwing arguments his way, eager for a reaction. But Churchill? He stayed silent. He let them exhaust themselves, let them overplay their hand. Then, after minutes of dead air, he finally responded. One word. No. That was it. The room fell silent. The deal was sealed, and he walked away victorious. This is the power of silence. When you stop rushing to speak, you force others to lean in, to second-guess themselves, to play into your hands. Why silence is your greatest weapon. Most people believe that talking more makes them seem more intelligent, more persuasive, but in reality, the opposite is true. Powerful people speak less, but say more. Here's why. Silence forces others to reveal more. Most people hate awkward silences. If you stay quiet, they will rush to fill the gap, often exposing their own insecurities or giving away more information than they intended. Silence makes you look in control. People associate slow, measured responses with confidence. The more you pause before speaking, the more authority your words will carry. Silence creates tension, and tension creates power. When you don't react immediately, people start doubting themselves. They wonder what you're thinking. They second-guess their words. And that's when you've already won. How to apply this in real life. Pause before speaking. The next time someone asks you something, Don't rush to answer. Take a breath. Let the silence settle. Watch how it makes your words feel more deliberate, more impactful. Use silence to gain the upper hand. If someone is trying to pressure you into a decision, just stay quiet. Let them talk. Let them over-explain. You'll notice how they start negotiating against themselves. Cut your words in half. Before speaking, ask yourself, does this really need to be said? The fewer words you use, the more powerful they become. Most people fear silence, but if you embrace it, you'll control every conversation without even trying. Next, I'll show you how to combine silence with body language to dominate any interaction. 2. Mastering emotional detachment. How to stay unshaken in any situation. Most people are controlled by their emotions. The moment they feel attacked, embarrassed, or challenged, they react, raising their voice, defending themselves, or lashing out. But the strongest person in the room, the one who doesn't react at all, emotional detachment is the ultimate power move. It signals that you are unshaken, unaffected, and completely in control. The power of no reaction. Imagine this. You're in a room full of people and someone insults you. Maybe they mock your ideas, question your intelligence, or try to humiliate you in front of others. A weak person reacts immediately. They get defensive, argue, or try to explain themselves, and in doing so, they validate the insult. They show that the words got to them. A powerful person, they don't flinch. They simply look at the other person, calm, collected, completely unfazed. Maybe they smirk. Maybe they just hold eye contact for a second longer than necessary, but they don't explain. They don't argue. And in that moment, the other person feels weak because they expected a reaction. And when they don't get it, the power shifts. This is emotional detachment, the ability to remain still, composed, and unreadable, no matter what is happening around you. Why emotional detachment makes you unstoppable. Most people are easily manipulated because they are emotionally reactive. When someone knows what triggers you, they can control you. But when you remove emotion from the equation, you become untouchable. People can't control you if they can't predict your reactions. The moment you stop reacting emotionally, you become unreadable. No one can manipulate what they don't understand. You control the pace of every conversation. If you're unshaken, you dictate the flow of interactions. The more composed you are, the more frantic the other person becomes, trying to get a response out of you. It makes others second-guess themselves. People insult or provoke to get a rise out of you. When you don't give them the reaction they expect, they feel powerless. How to apply this in real life? Breathe before reacting. Anytime someone tries to provoke you, inhale deeply, count to 3, and exhale slowly. This forces you to pause and process before reacting emotionally. Train your mind to detach. Before reacting, ask yourself, does this person's opinion really matter? Will this matter a week from now? If the answer is no, let it go. Control your facial expressions. No frowning, no eye rolls, no clenched jaw. Keep your face relaxed and unreadable. This makes it impossible for others to tell what you're thinking. People expect reactions. They expect anger, frustration, or insecurity. When you don't give them one, you hold the power. Next, I'll show you how to use body language to dominate any social interaction without saying a word. 3. Controlling conversations without speaking. Most people believe that control in a conversation comes from speaking the loudest, arguing the best, or dominating with words. But in reality, the person who truly controls a room is the one who speaks the least, yet commands the most attention. Silence is a power move. Stillness is a power move. presence is a power move. When you master these, you don't need to chase conversations. Others will naturally be drawn to you. The power of presence. Imagine this. Julius Caesar walks into a tense meeting. Senators are arguing, voices are raised, chaos fills the room. But instead of speaking, instead of trying to force control, he simply sits down. He stays silent. He looks around. He observes. And slowly, the room starts to shift. People stop talking. They glance in his direction. They sense the weight of his presence. And then, when the entire room has turned its attention to him, he finally speaks. And when he does, every single person listens. That's how real power works. It's not about demanding attention. It's about making people want to give it to you. Why speaking less gives you more control? People naturally seek approval from those who are reserved. If you don't talk much, people will work harder to impress you. They'll try to fill the silence, to earn your attention. Stillness creates intrigue. When you remain still, when you don't react immediately, people become curious. They wonder what you're thinking, what you'll say next. The less you say, the more others reveal. Most people feel uncomfortable with silence. They will keep talking to avoid awkwardness, and in doing so, they'll often reveal more than they intend to. How to apply this in real-life control? Your posture. Sit back, stay relaxed, and avoid unnecessary movements. Let others lean into you instead of you leaning into them. Use strategic eye contact. Look at someone, hold their gaze just a second longer than normal, then look away slowly. This makes them feel watched, evaluated. It creates a sense of mystery and authority. Let others talk first. Don't be the first to speak in a group setting. Let others go back and forth while you observe. When you do finally speak, it will carry more weight. Most people chase conversations, try to prove themselves, try to be heard. But if you master silence, control your body language, and hold your presence, you won't have to chase anything. Next, I'll show you how to use subtle body language shifts to instantly command respect in any interaction. 4. Using body language to establish authority power isn't just about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. Before you even open your mouth, people are already making judgments about you. Are you confident or insecure? Are you dominant or submissive? The truth is, most people give away their power without realizing it. They slouch, fidget, avoid eye contact, sending unconscious signals that they're uncertain, nervous, or looking for approval. But those who own a room, they communicate authority without saying a word. Let me show you how. Why presence speaks louder than words. Imagine two people walking into the same meeting. The first one moves quickly, adjusting their sleeves, glancing around, tapping their foot. When they sit down, they lean forward too much, as if trying to take up as little space as possible. The second person walks in slowly, deliberately. They make eye contact as they enter. They sit back in their chair, relaxed but firm, and place their hands deliberately on the table. Before a single word is spoken, who do you think has more power? Exactly. That's the power of body language. It controls how people perceive you before you even say a word. And the best part, you don't need to be physically big or loud to command respect. You just need to understand a few key principles. How to instantly radiate authority. Without speaking, move with deliberate slowness. People who lack confidence fidget, rush, or over-gesture. Power, on the other hand, is still. Slow movements signal control. Every motion should feel intentional. Own your space. Small, contracted movements signal submission. Confident individuals take up space. When you sit, don't hunch. Lean back slightly, plant your feet firmly, and let your shoulders relax naturally. When you stand, do it with presence. Master the power stance. Feet shoulder-width apart, chin level, shoulders slightly back. Your body should say, I belong here, I am in control. The key. Relaxed confidence, not forced stiffness. Use eye contact as a silent challenge. The most powerful people don't look away first. They hold eye contact just long enough to create a presence. Then they slowly look away, as if deciding the conversation isn't worth their full attention. How to apply this in real life. Enter a room like you own it. Next time you walk into a meeting, slow down. Walk with measured steps, scan the room, and take your time before sitting. Eliminate nervous gestures, no fidgeting, no crossing your arms, no unnecessary movements. Keep your hands relaxed, either at your sides or resting firmly on a table. Command attention. Without speaking, next time you're in a group, don't rush to talk, just observe. People will start looking at you, waiting for you to speak. That's when you know you've taken control. When you master your body language, you no longer ask for respect, you command it. Up next, I'll show you how to combine this authority with an air of mystery, so you become someone people can't predict, can't read, and can't ignore. The art of deliberate absence. Why sometimes the most powerful move is to walk away. The strongest person in any situation isn't the one who argues the loudest, dominates the conversation, or demands attention. It's the one who knows when to disappear. Power isn't just about presence, it's about absence. Why? Because people chase what they can't have. And when you master the art of deliberate absence, you become someone people can't stop thinking about. The one who walks away first wins. Let me tell you a story. In high-stakes negotiations, seasoned deal-makers know one thing. The person willing to walk away first always has the most leverage. Picture this, two sides locked in a business deal. One side keeps pushing, arguing, trying to make their case. The other? They listen, they nod, and then, without warning, they stand up, shake hands and say, I think we're done here. Suddenly, everything shifts. The side that was once confident now starts scrambling. Wait, what just happened? Are we losing the deal? Did we push too hard? By simply walking away, the negotiator forced them to chase him. And that's the secret. The moment you become too available, you lose power. But when you remove yourself, that's when people start valuing you more. How to apply this in real life. When a conversation isn't serving you, leave. You don't need to prove yourself. If a conversation is going in circles, if someone is disrespectful, or if you're simply done, get up and go. No explanations, no justification. Just walk away. Make people feel your absence. Don't always be available. Don't always answer texts immediately. Don't always say yes. The moment people feel entitled to your time, they stop valuing it. Let others wonder about you. The less predictable you are, the more intriguing you become. If people always know what you're doing, where you are, and how you feel, you lose the air of mystery that makes you powerful. Keep certain things to yourself. Why this works? People desire what they can't have. The less accessible you are, the more valuable you appear. Absence creates space for intrigue. When you disappear for a while, people fill the gaps in their minds with thoughts about you. You control the power dynamic. When you walk away first, you send a clear message. I don't need this interaction. You do. People remember those who leave the room, not those who stay too long. Up next, I'll show you how to combine presence, silence, and detachment into one final move. The strategy that makes emotionally detached people truly unstoppable. Power isn't about talking more. It's not about proving yourself. It's about presence. It's about control. The strongest people in any room don't react. They observe, they stay calm, and they influence without force. If you've been feeling unheard, if you've ever wondered why some people effortlessly command attention while others struggle to be noticed, the answer is simple. It's not what they say, it's how they carry themselves. Let's recap the 5 psychological tactics that make you unshakable. Silence is your strongest weapon. Most people fear it, but when you embrace it, you control every conversation. Emotional control equals power. The moment you let emotions dictate your actions, you lose. Stay composed, and you'll always have the upper hand. Communication isn't about words, it's about presence. You don't have to speak much. Your presence alone should command respect. Your body language decides whether people respect you. Stand firm, move with intention, never fidget. Your actions speak before your words do. The person who controls the conversation isn't the one who talks the most. It's the one who speaks at the right moment. Wait, observe, let others reveal themselves before you say a single word. You make people respect you by staying unpredictable. When people can't figure you out, they can't manipulate you. Be deliberate with your presence. Be deliberate with your absence. People don't respect those who beg for attention. They respect those who don't need it. The less you chase, the more you attract. And when you master these 5 tactics, you'll never have to prove yourself again, because people will already know your value. If you want to command respect and control every interaction effortlessly, watch my next video, The Hidden Power of Strategic Absence. Because sometimes the most powerful move isn't speaking, it's disappearing. Like, subscribe, and share this video, because power is meant to be mastered, not given away.